Beloved, today is the day you must decide to turn inward, to recognize that the greatest treasure in your life is yourself. All the riches, all the opportunities, all the blessings you seek in the outer world will find their home in you first. There is a divine law that governs growth. What you nurture within yourself manifests in your life. If you are scattered, if you are giving your energy to the noise around you, you are leaving the power of your own life dormant. It is time to focus. Focus is not merely a discipline, it is a sacred declaration that you are worthy of your own highest good. You must set your mind like a laser on your goals, on your dreams, on your growth, and allow no distractions to sway you, every thought you entertain, every word you speak, every action you take must serve the vision of your highest self. Do not fear to set boundaries, for those who love and respect you will honor the commitment you make to your own progress. And beloved, it is time to invest in yourself, not with hesitation, not with doubt, but with the unwavering faith that you are worthy. Read, learn, grow, expand your talents new, nurture your health, and feed your spirit. Every seed you plant in yourself will return a harvest tenfold. Do not think of it as expense. Think of it as an offering to the divine within you. There is a higher order, a guiding power, that conspires to bring to you all that you need once you have given to yourself the gift of growth. Speak this day, I am worthy, I am prepared, I invest in my mind, my body, and my spirit. Prosperity, joy, and success flow naturally to me because I am aligned with my highest purpose. Say it until it feels alive within you, for the spoken word is the law that moves the invisible forces to act in your favor. Remember, beloved, no one can walk this path for you. No mentor, no friend, no circumstance can replace the dedication you give to your own advancement. The world will always demand your attention, but when you choose to honor yourself first, the world bends in service to your vision. So rise, focus, invest, elevate yourself beyond limitation. Treat your growth as a sacred duty, and watch as life opens its doors, aligns its paths, and delivers miracles beyond your imagining. You are a divine being, and now is your time to claim the fullness of your power. Focusing your energy inward is the cornerstone of all true growth and achievement. The world around us is filled with endless demands, constant noise, and innumerable distractions, each vying for a piece of your attention. Every day you are pulled in 1,000 directions, and if you are not deliberate, your energy will be scattered, leaving you depleted and frustrated. To focus inward, it's not merely an act of self-discipline. It is a spiritual practice, a recognition that your own mind, heart, and spirit are the most fertile ground for miracles and progress. When you turn your gaze inward, you are not turning away from the world, but rather aligning yourself with the divine source of all power, wisdom, and creativity. Your thoughts are seeds, and your attention is the soil in which they grow. If your focus is fragmented, the seeds of your desires may sprout weakly or not at all, but when your mind is clear, when your energy is concentrated on your own development, those seeds blossom into magnificent reality. Every distraction you allow to pull you outward, every worry or anxiety about what others are doing, dilutes your power and delays your progress. It is therefore essential to cultivate the habit of consciously returning your attention to yourself, to your growth, and to the vision of your highest self. Your inner life is a sacred sanctuary. Within you resides your creativity, your wisdom, your intuition, and your strength. By focusing inward, you honor these faculties, giving them the space to flourish. Consider the mind as a garden. If you leave it unattended, weeds of doubt, fear, and negativity will choke out the plants of inspiration, courage, and clarity. But if you water it with attention, nurture it with meditation, reflection, and purposeful thought, the garden of your mind yields a harvest of insight, confidence, and abundance. This inward focus is not selfish, it is the source of all meaningful service. When you are aligned, centered, and your presence uplifts those around you, your decisions become wiser, and your contributions more potent. It is the paradox of life that by attending fully to your own growth, you simultaneously increase your ability to impact the world positively. Focus inward by developing a daily practice of reflection and self-awareness. Set aside time each day to listen to the voice within, to examine why, our thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Observe where your energy flows naturally and where it is being drained by unnecessary obligations or distractions. Keep a journal of insights, noting patterns of thought that either empower or hinder you. These records become guides, helping you understand which areas of your life require more attention and which activities pull you away from your true purpose. Awareness is the first step toward mastery. You cannot direct your energy wisely if you are unaware of how it is currently being spent. It is also crucial to understand that focus is strengthened through deliberate choice. Every moment you are faced with countless options, decisions, and opportunities for attention. To focus inward means to choose consistently the path that nourishes your growth, even when the world tempts you with diversion. Social media, endless news cycles, the opinions of others, and the pursuit of superficial achievements all compete for your energy. Each time you resist these distractions and return to your center, your power grows. It is in the repeated conscious act of turning your attention inward that you build the mental and spiritual muscle necessary for sustained success. The mind, like a muscle, strengthens with regular exercise. Your focus becomes sharper, your decisions more intuitive, and your connection to your higher purpose more immediate. Energy is the currency of your life. Where you place your focus, there your energy flows. If you scatter it on trivialities, you find yourself exhausted, unfulfilled, and unproductive. If you consent, rate it inward on your growth, on your ideas, on your health, and on your spiritual development. The same energy produces immense results. This law is consistent and unyielding. Attention produces reality. When you dedicate your energy to your own improvement, you begin to notice doors opening where once there were only walls, opportunities appearing where before there were only obstacles. The world outside mirrors the world inside. Focus inward, and you begin to radiate clarity, purpose, and magnetism, attracting the circumstances, people, and resources aligned with your highest vision. Another essential aspect of focusing inward is the cultivation of mental stillness. In the stillness of the mind, clarity arises, intuition speaks, and the whisperings of divine guidance can be heard. The outer world may be noisy and chaotic, but within you lies a sanctuary of peace and wisdom. By dedicating time each day to silence, meditation, or contemplative thought, you create a channel through which inspiration and insight flow freely. The more you practice this inward focus, the more effortless it becomes to maintain composure and clarity in the midst of external chaos. Your mind, once trained, will naturally gravitate toward constructive thoughts, solutions, and ideas rather than being hijacked by worry, doubt, or distraction. Focus inward also requires the careful management of relationships and commitments. Not every demand on your time serves your growth, and some attachments may subtly drain your energy. This is not a call to isolation or disregard for others, but an invitation to discernment. Surround yourself with those who encourage, uplift, and inspire you. Set boundaries where necessary to preserve your mental, emotional, and spiritual resources. Each boundary is an act of self-respect and a declaration that your inner development is of utmost importance. By protecting your energy, you ensure that it remains directed toward your highest purposes rather than dissipating into endeavors that yield little value. Inward focus extends to the cultivation of your emotional and physical well-being. Your emotions, like your thoughts, are a form of energy that can either propel you forward or hold you back. Attending to your inner emotional state, forgiving yourself and others, and cultivating gratitude, joy, and patience strengthens your focus and aligns you with your goals. Similarly, your physical body is the vessel through which your energy flows. Nourishing it with proper care, rest, movement, and mindful attention ensures that you have the vitality necessary to pursue your ambitions with clarity and strength. Focusing inward is thus a holistic practice, encompassing mind, heart, and body, each reinforcing the other in harmonious alignment. The discipline Ni of inward focus also involves releasing attachment to outcomes and trusting the divine order. While your energy must be devoted to your own growth, it must also be coupled with faith that the efforts you make will bear fruit in due time. Anxiety over results or comparison with others only fragments your focus and dissipates your power. When you center your attention inward and trust that the I verse supports your diligent and deliberate efforts, a natural flow arises and opportunities align with your preparedness. You become both the student and the magnet of your destiny, attracting circumstances that match the clarity and purpose cultivated within. To cultivate inward focus is to reclaim your power. It is to recognize that your energy is sacred, that it is the very force through which your dreams and desires manifest. By training your attention, nurturing your inner life, and maintaining discipline over where your energy flows, you awaken a force that is unstoppable. Life responds to concentration. Prosperity, love, health, and opportunity all mirror the quality of your inner focus. The more you cultivate the practice of turning inward, the more effortless it becomes to navigate life's challenges, to make decisions that honor your highest purpose, and to remain unshaken by external noise and distraction. Focusing inward is also a declaration of self-worth. It is the acknowledgement that your growth, your dreams, and your well-being are important, that they deserve your time, energy, and attention. When you invest in your inner life, you send a message to the world. You are a person of value, purpose, and intention. This declaration has a magnetic effect, drawing to you the people, circumstances, and resources that align with your vision. Your focus becomes a beacon, signaling to life that you are ready to receive, ready to expand, and ready to embody the fullness of your potential. The inward journey is lifelong, a practice that deepens and refines with passing day. There will be moments of distraction, doubt, or fatigue, but the habit of returning your attention to yourself, of centering your energy on growth, is the most reliable path to fulfillment. Each thought, each choice, each deliberate act of focus builds upon the last, creating momentum that carries you toward your highest destiny. Inward focus is not passive, it is an active, conscio engagement with life, a commitment to the sacred duty of becoming the person you were meant to be, and a recognition that all outer achievements are reflections of inner alignment. Investing in yourself is the most powerful and transformative act you can undertake. Every resource you dedicate to your own growth, whether time, money, effort, or attention, is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your life that will return multiplied blessings in ways that are often beyond your imagining. Many people misunderstand what it means to invest in oneself. They think it requires extravagance or radical change. Yet the truest investments are those that nurture your mind, body, and spirit consistently, with faith and dedication. Consistency is the secret that turns small actions into monumental results. For life responds not to sporadic bursts of effort, but to the steady and deliberate cultivation of your own potential. To invest in yourself is to acknowledge your intrinsic value, to declare that your growth and well-being are priorities that deserve your attention, and to align your resources with your highest vision. Consider the mind as one of the most precious assets you possess. Nold. Skill and wisdom are cumulative treasures that no one can take from you. Every book you read, every course you take, every conversation that challenges and expands your thinking is an investment in your mental capital. This investment compounds over time, yielding clarity, insight, and the ability to make decisions that propel you forward with confidence and precision. A mind nourished consistently will naturally generate creative ideas, innovative solutions, and opportunities that a distracted or neglected mind would overlook. To neglect the cultivation of your mind is to leave untapped the very source of your problem-solving power, your intuition, and your ability to manifest your desires. The body, too, is a critical vessel for your investments. Health is the foundation upon which all achievement rests. Without physical vitality, your ability to act, think, and persist is limited. Investing in yourself means caring for your body with intentionality, eating nourishing foods, exercising with purpose, resting adequately, and avoiding habits that diminish your energy. Each act of care is a declaration that your life and purpose are worth sustaining. The physical body responds to consistent attention, strengthening over time, and becoming more resilient to the challenges that life inevitably presents. By cultivating vitality, you ensure that your energy is available to pursue your ambitions, create joy, and embody the fullness of your potential. Equally important is the investment in your emotional and spiritual life. Your feelings, beliefs, and inner alignment shape your outer reality in profound ways. Investing in yourself requires nurturing your spirit through practices that deepen your connection to your inner self, to higher guidance, or to the divine force that orchestrates the universe. Meditation, affirmations, prayer, and reflection are not idle pursuits, but active forms of spiritual investment that bring clarity, peace, and purpose into your life. Emotional well-being is cultivated by observing and transforming limiting beliefs, practicing forgiveness, cultivating gratitude, and learning to manage the energies of anger, fear, and doubt. Each moment you devote to these practices strengthens your inner foundation and equips you to respond to life with wisdom and composure. Time is one of your most valuable assets, and investing in yourself requires using it with intention. Every hour dedicated to your development, every minute spent learning, creating, or nurturing your health and relationships is an investment that will return manifold. Avoid spending your time in reactive patterns, on activities that drain you or scatter your energy. Time invested in yourself multiplies, for it builds capacity, clarity, and resilience. When you prioritize your growth consistently, you create a momentum that allows you to accomplish more, experience more joy, and manifest your desires more rapidly than through sporadic effort or reliance on external circumstances. Financial investment in yourself is equally crucial. Money spent on learning, skill development, health, coaching, or experiences that expand your perspective is never wasted. Unlike consumption for temporary pleasure, these investments return value in the form of knowledge, ability, confidence, and opportunities. Every dollar invested wisely is a declaration that you believe in your worth and in the infinite potential within you. Conversely, fear of spending on oneself often reflects a deeper hesitation to acknowledge one's value or a misplaced trust that fulfillment comes from external accumulation alone. True abundance is born when you prioritize your personal growth, understanding that what you give yourself in preparation, knowledge, and skill ultimately brings financial, relational, and spiritual returns that far exceed any immediate cost. Consistency in self-investment builds a compounding effect that accelerates growth exponentially. Small daily acts, reading a few pages, journaling reflections, practicing a skill, exercising, meditating, over time produce results that appear miraculous in retrospect. It is not the grand, occasional efforts that create lasting transformation, but the disciplined and repetitive devotion to nurturing your potential. Each act signals to the universe and to your subconscious mind that you are committed to your own growth, and this commitment attracts opportunities, people, and circumstances aligned with your purpose. The universe responds to the energy of preparation, and consistent investment primes you to recognize and seize the blessings that would otherwise pass unnoticed. Investing in yourself also requires discernment and intentionality. Not every course, book, or activity is aligned with your highest good. Learn to identify what truly nourishes your growth and what merely distracts or entertains. Surround yourself with people who inspire, support, and challenge you to rise to your best. Seek mentors, role models, and communities that encourage accountability, vision, and learning. Each connection and resource chosen carefully is an amplifier for your efforts, magnifying the results of your own dedication and focus. Conversely, relationships and engagements that drain your energy, create doubt, or encourage complacency must be navigated with discernment, for your energy is sacred and where it flows, life manifests. Investing in yourself also means embracing change and the willingness to step beyond comfort. Growth rarely occurs within familiar patterns or routines. You must be willing to stretch, to take risks, to experiment, and to confront fears or limitations. Each challenge faced intentionally, each obstacle navigated with courage, is an investment in resilience and capability. Life rewards those who step forward into the unknown with faith in their own power and the belief that each experience is a teacher guiding them toward mastery. The habit of investing in yourself also cultivates confidence and self-worth. As you devote time, attention, and resources to your development, you begin to perceive yourself as valuable, capable, and deserving. This self-perception becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you invest, the more empowered you feel, and the more empowered you feel, the greater your ability to invest and achieve. A cycle of growth is established, one that feeds upon itself, continually expanding your capacity, influence, and fulfillment. The world responds to this internal investment. Opportunities align, relationships deepen, and circumstances that reflect your inner easiness appear, for life always mirrors the preparation and energy you cultivate within. Investing in yourself is not an act of selfishness, but of stewardship. You are the guardian of the most important asset you possess, your life. By attending to your growth, health, skills, and spirit, you ensure that you are capable of fulfilling your purpose and serving others in the most powerful and meaningful way. Each moment, each choice, each resource dedicated to your own elevation multiplies in effect, benefiting not only yourself, but the world around you. For a person fully invested in themselves radiates clarity, confidence, and inspiration. True self-investment is accompanied by faith. Faith that every effort, every dollar, every hour spent in deliberate growth will return a harvest Ned with your highest good. Fear, doubt, and impatience are the enemies of this process, for they drain energy and scatter attention. The consistent investor trusts in the process, understanding that compounding growth takes time and that the seeds planted in dedication today will yield fruit in the future. Each act of learning, caring, and preparing is like a silent conversation with the universe, signaling readiness, intention, and openness to receive the abundance that life has reserved for those willing to commit to their own evolution. The ultimate reward of investing in yourself consistently is empowerment. You step into your life with greater clarity, energy, and confidence. You are prepared for opportunities, resilient in the face of challenges, and aligned with your purpose, ever. Why act of consistent self-investment builds momentum, shaping your habits, thoughts, and actions into the reflection of your highest potential. And as you continue this practice, life itself becomes a mirror of the care, attention, and value you place upon yourself. Speaking and acting with faith is the cornerstone of creating a life of purpose, abundance, and joy. Faith is not merely belief, it is living, vibrant force that moves the unseen energies of the universe into alignment with your highest vision. Every word you speak carries power, every action you take carries intent, and when both are guided by faith, the unseen forces of life respond with precision and generosity. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the inner conviction that what you desire is already prepared for you and that your role is to align your thoughts, words, and deeds with that certainty. To speak with faith is to declare your intentions with unwavering confidence, to affirm the goodness, prosperity, and success that is your divine right, and to act in harmony with those declarations. It is through faith that ordinary actions are transformed into extraordinary manifestations. When you speak with faith, your words become seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. Each affirmation, each declaration, each confident statement carries an energetic signature that attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities aligned with the essence of what you proclaim. Words spoken doubtfully or fearfully have little creative power, yet words spoken with conviction and expectation become magnets for their own fulfillment. Faith-filled speech is intentional, deliberate, and aligned with your highest purpose. It is not idle chatter or wishful thinking, but a conscious exercise in directing the invisible forces of creation. By training yourself to speak positively, courageously, and purposefully, You cultivate an inner atmosphere where possibility, opportunity, and success natural. Why flourish? Acting with faith requires that your deeds mirror your declarations. It is not enough to speak boldly if your actions betray hesitation, doubt, or fear. Every act, no matter how small, becomes a testament to the faith within you when it is executed with courage, focus, and consistency. Actions taken in faith carry momentum. They signal readiness to the universe and set in motion a sequence of events that align with your intentions. Conversely, inaction, procrastination, or inconsistent effort weakens the power of your words and delays the manifestation of your desires. To act with faith is to trust that every step you take, however small, is part of a larger plan orchestrated by divine intelligence, and that your commitment to action amplifies the creative force within and around you. Fate. H is cultivated through attention to your thoughts and beliefs. The mind is the laboratory where the patterns of your life are first conceived. If you entertain doubt, worry, or negativity, your words and actions will naturally reflect those vibrations, creating a reality that mirrors fear rather than fulfillment. By consciously nurturing faith, hope, and expectation, you train your mind to align with the highest potential. This alignment transforms ordinary speech into declarations of power, and ordinary action into steps guided by divine intelligence. Faith is strengthened through repetition, consistency, and the daily practice of affirming the goodness, abundance, and success that you are capable of manifesting. The spoken word is particularly potent because it bridges thought and acti. A thought alone is a spark. When it is spoken with clarity and conviction, it ignites movement, magnetism, and momentum. Each word you release carries an energetic vibration that resonates within your subconscious mind and the invisible forces surrounding you. To speak with faith is to consciously choose words that uplift, inspire, and declare the reality you desire. Negative or doubtful speak. H weakens the vibrational field of your life, creating resistance and delay. By contrast, positive, confident, and faith-infused speech aligns circumstances, people, and opportunities in support of your highest goals. The more you practice this discipline, the more natural it becomes, and the more effortlessly life responds to the energetic blueprint you create with your words. Faith-filled actio. N is rooted in the understanding that results are already prepared, yet it demands courage to step forward. Fear, hesitation, and doubt are natural challenges, yet they are overcome by the consistent application of will and trust. Acting with faith requires that you proceed even when the path is not fully visible, that you take the steps within your control, and that you trust the unseen guidance to orchestrate the results. Each step taken in alignment with faith strengthens your connection to divine intelligence, increases your clarity, and magnifies the power of your speech. The combination of word and deed becomes a multiplier of creative force, enabling you to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and bring your desires into tangible reality. Faith also operates in the realm of expectation. To speak and act with faith is to hold unwavering expectation that the universe will respond in alignment with your highest good. This expectation is not passive, it is active and confident, infused with certainty that He desires you declare are already prepared for you. Expectation shapes perception, and perception guides action. When you maintain faith and expectation, you notice doors opening, resources appearing, and synchronicities unfolding that might otherwise go unseen. The universe conspires in favor of those who act with clarity, courage, and confident anticipation, for faith is a signal that you are ready to receive, ready to act, and ready to embody the abundance and purpose destined for you. Consistency is critical in maintaining the power of faith. Sporadic declarations, inconsistent action, or wavering belief diminish the effectiveness of your creative power. Faith grows when it is exercised daily, when words are spoken deliberately, when actions are aligned with intentions, and when the inner belief in possibility is unwavering. By cultivating a habitual practice of speaking positively, acting decisively, and trusting fully, you build a momentum that accelerates manifestation and strengthens resilience in the face of challenges. This consistency becomes a visible expression of your inner alignment, a signal to the world and to the unseen forces that you are committed to your own growth, success, and fulfillment. Acting and speaking with faith also requires discernment and alignment with your highest values. Faith is most potent when it is coupled with integrity, purpose, and ethical action. Declarations and actions that are aligned with your true self resonate with the universe, amplifying results and attracting people, resources, and circumstances that support your intent. Misaligned words or actions, even when spoken with confidence, generate confusion and delay, for the creative force responds not only to energy, but also to the alignment of intention with truth. Therefore, invest in clarity about your purpose, refine your vision, and ensure that your words and deeds reflect your highest aspirations. Faith transforms challenges into opportunities. When obstacles arise, those who act and speak with faith see them not as barriers but as lessons, tests, and catalysts for growth. Each difficulty becomes a chance to practice courage, persistence, and trust. By maintaining faith in the midst of uncertainty, you preserve your energy, focus, and creative power, and you open the way for solutions, resources, and opportunities that might otherwise remain hid. Faith is the lens through which life's trials are reframed, turning fear into opportunity, doubt into action, and delay into preparation. The power of faith is amplified by visualization and emotional engagement. When you speak your intentions, imagine them fully realized. Feel the emotions of gratitude, joy, and accomplishment as if the desired outcome is already present. This emotional investment signals to your subconscious and to the universe that your intention is real, already prepared, and worthy of manifestation. Words alone are seeds, but when combined with belief, action, and emotion, they create a powerful energy that accelerates the arrival of the reality you declare. Speaking and acting with faith is ultimately a practice of alignment with divine intelligence. It recognizes that the unseen forces of life are responsive to the vibration of your belief, the clarity of your intention, and the courage of your action. By consistently speaking positively, acting decisively, and trusting fully, you harness a creative power that transforms ordinary circumstances into extraordinary experiences. Faith is the invisible current that guides, empowers, and orchestrates the conditions necessary for your success, abundance, and fulfillment.